Hey everybody, Smack Talk 2022, episode 9. Man, what a journey it's been. I just finished recording with Talanoa, Road to Redemption. We're calling the episode Road to Redemption. That's his charity. It's been amazing to be able to have a platform that one talks about the real shiz, and Mark's been open and honest and vulnerable about his journey in life, sharing his testimony about what's happened and how he's navigated through some real sticky situations, addiction, negative self-talk, mental health, how he keeps his mind sharp. Yeah, episode 9, I said always, it's a doozy, but we're bringing you more live content, setting up the podcast studio. It's going to be fun. You're going to see some live guests as well. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification tab. Check us out on Spotify as well. Starting to dabble, multi-platform, smack talking. Be yourself, be kind. You are the only you that is in the world. So be yourself out there. Don't be a hater. Smack Talk 2022. Keep talking smack. It's your boy. Me, Sid. Peace.
My man.
Taco.
How are you, my brother? You good?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Very well, bro. Very well. You recovered well from COVID?
Wow, you got me good, man.
How was it? First time?
First time. It's it swept me for like 3. So I got a heart condition.
Yeah.
So it swept me for 3 days, and I thought, oh man, this is not gonna be good. But then on the 4th and 5th day, it was like really good, and then like an hour it was horrible, and then good, and then so it was just like up and down, and then it was like on the come downs, bro. I was like, oh man, I was just sweating hard out, like, and then I'm fresh again, and so like, cause I was isolating in my room, so I'd get up and do some push-ups and stuff like that there, and then I'd just be knackered for like a couple of hours, and yeah, it was.
Shit. What kind of heart condition do you have?
So I got heart disease.
Yep.
And so I've got 4 stents in my heart because I had 2 heart attacks.
Oh way. How old are you?
I'm 38. I'm turning 39.
Bro, you're still young.
Bro, and it all is because of partying, bro. It's not like if I had I've got mates that just on the boys for like 5-6 days straight blew ventricles out, bro, and had a heart attack like that.
What?
Yeah. Just up too long, and then.
What? Just on the what? On the ice?
Yeah.
Far out. Yeah, man. I've been on that shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky that I didn't end up doing any serious damage. My one was more mentally, eh?
Yeah. It mentally, breaks you down mentally, bro. It breaks you down mentally. So I already started recording. I hope you don't mind that.
Bro, keep it going, man. Keep it going.
So, brother, I just want to just thank you for your time, bro. You're such a huge inspiration to not just people with like addicts and ex-addicts and recovering addicts, but you're just an inspiration all around, bro. And I just want to just congratulate you and give you the uffie that you deserve for, like, bro, you had like induced psychosis in jail, bro, and now you're you're on the other side, and so I want to share or shine a spotlight, if I can, over maybe a couple of sessions with you, and just it, people are going through so much at the moment, especially post COVID. People are just looking for ways to navigate through some heavy stuff, and COVID sort of, I think it's sort of stripped people down to what's really going on, and all the stuff that they're hiding from. I think it's starting to come out, and that's why you're seeing like massive like drug abuse, alcohol abuse, like even eating, just unhealthy habits coming through. So I just want to talk, like, I want you to just shed some light to the smack talkers that that you can give them those sorts of, not the coping strategies, but just sort of understanding what to look out for, when the shit hits the fan. And then, we can just take it from there. And then as we flow along, I'll just ask a few questions, if that's all right.
All right, too easy, bro. Appreciate your kind words, and man, it's all love, bro. If someone can get value or get inspired by my journey, and yeah, I'm all for it, bro.
Thanks, brother. So just kick us off with, just give us a quick background about who you are, what you're about.
Yeah, Mark Talanoa, Road to Redemption. I'm a man on a road to redemption. So 6 years ago, bro, I was sitting in my cell contemplating suicide.
6 years ago?
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Ooh.
So contemplating suicide. I was on antipsychotics because I went into my second drug-induced psychosis while I was in prison. Started worshipping the devil, all that sort of jazz. And now I'm in New Zealand after spending 14 years in Australia. I've got 2 kids and my stepson as well. Married to incredible human beings. My wife has been a big part of my sort of transformation. I work as a apprentice carpenter for self-based labor. So just, man on a mission to, inspire other people out there who may be going through similar sort of things that I went through drug addiction, or getting out of prison, or just inspiring people through sharing my testimonial, which I do. I go and share my story in front of young adults down here in the LSV, Limited Service Volunteer Program. And man, I'm just out here just chipping away at it, doing my best. I just registered my charitable trust. Road to Redemption is now a registered trust. So we're just in the process of setting up a website, getting the accounts and that sorted, and then we'll start tapping into funding and see how we can get into prisons and youth justice center and help them with upskilling, getting qualified, helping them with accommodation, helping them with finances, because those are the top 3 main things when you get out of prison or out of it.
Yeah, the freedom, it don't last long, cuzzy.
Yeah, so if you don't have those 3 sort of pillars set, then you're on a road to going back to prison. But yeah, that's me, man. I'm just a father, just out here doing my best for myself and my family, and doing my best that I can for the community as well, trying to give back.
Fantastic, bro. So you're Tongan, obviously.
Yeah.
And what got you into drugs?
Probably a number of things. I think growing up, my mum and dad did their best immigrating from Tonga in search for, the land of milk and honey, as they say. But I guess them trying to navigate through, a new sort of country, this Western sort of way of living. I guess that's when I was kind of introduced to not so much drugs, but like that alcohol. My dad was a heavy drinker when he back in the days. I remember praying because my mum, obviously a religious woman. Our prayer was, please God help Daddy stay off the beer, or stop Daddy from drinking. That was our only prayer. Amen. And we prayed that for like 10 years, and then my dad stopped drinking. But yeah, to answer your question, I guess from early sort of being around sort of alcohol sort of party sort of lifestyle. My drug taking didn't start. I started dabbling in marijuana, weed when I was, I don't know, 12, 13. And it wasn't until I went over to Australia and was mixed up in the footy circles and that sort of environment. That's when my drug taking just took right off. But
Yeah.
there was a question, when did I start taking drugs or how was I sort of introduced?
When?
Yeah, so the earliest answer to the question, yeah, probably about 12, 13 years old, started smoking, a bit of weed. Yeah.
And obviously you're a talented footy player as well. I mean, you come from a bunch of talented boys that know their way around the footy field. So it just makes sense that, like, if you're partying and using recreational drugs, it just makes sense that the people around you, you just keep that, and it just snowballs.
Oh, 100%. Especially in the footy circles, it's
Oh, bro.
man, like you're getting introduced to everything and anything you want basically. And if you're surrounded by boys that just party, and of course myself, I've always been party sort of animal and loved a good time, and still do. It's just I'm not into drugs anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're around that sort of culture and environment, and it just feeds into everything, and yeah, you find yourself on a number of long night benders and
Benders.
benders on benders, mate. It's yeah.
Well, waking up 3 days later thinking, why did I spend this, or why did I do this?
The regrets,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, but the regrets don't last long.
Don't
After
last.
couple of days, and then you're
You
back
up
into
again.
back into that cycle.
When did you realize, Mark, that you actually had a problem with drugs?
You know what, Sebastian? My whole life, it wasn't until I went into my last drug-induced psychosis, which was when I was in prison, 26, 27. I'll go through my life, and everyone used to say, "Oh, you take drugs because you want to escape. You're not happy with your life." And I always used to tell myself the story. I take drugs because I like drugs.
Yeah.
That's the story I ran with.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I don't take to escape. Escape from what? I love my life. I just take it because I love a good time.
Yeah.
And I ran with the story for like 27 years of my life. And I was doing a CBT program within prison. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy. And it talks about the mind body connection. It talks about whatever the cogs that are going up, the mental tapes that are going up in your head, kind of impacts the way you behave, and it ties that sort of in. And then I started on this program, bro, and I started swearing at the at the therapist and shit, because it was hitting home. Like,
was that in the DTU?
No, this was over in Australia, and where was I? I was at Windsor, and it was called the IDAP program.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a drug program. But yeah, your facilitators will like be hitting you with these questions, and it's just hitting home, but I'm constantly just telling, and I'm just getting fussed. In the group setting, you're in the circle, you're in a group setting, and you're like, then you start getting angry. I started getting agitated, start swearing at the facilitators, and they walk out, and I'm like, man, but I'm on the drugs. I'm on the ice at the time as well, so I'm thinking, fuck, am I just coming down? Am I tripping out? And then they tap back into your storyline, the early childhood, and they talk about trauma and then your upbringing and your environment. And I started thinking about all these things, and I'm thinking, damn, like there's some truth to what these facilitators are talking about. I didn't realize that, bro, till 27 years old.
Bro, like, honestly, like I same as you. I even after copping a leg, and then I relapsed. I was sober for a little while, and I relapsed, and then I think it was my mom. I got so angry at her, bro, when she said, do you know you have a problem? And I just lost it. Like I lost
what problem?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not like I went berserk. Yet, um, got bailed for, got drug charges, got bailed. Went to had to do rehab time as well, and even then, too, I was like, nah. All I need to do is just do my stuff, and then I can get back out again. But um, yeah, when she really took a like she, as you said, she hit home. I lost the plot, but I was like, I'm not this. I'm definitely not this until I did the work, and then I realized, man, I'm basically running away from everything.
Yes, when you come to because everyone's at different stages. Like you said, you got to come to the terms where you're accepting that you have a problem,
Yeah,
acknowledge that you have a problem. But then some people are still in those denial phase, which I was for a long time. And you talk about relapse, bro. I relapsed hundreds of times
yeah,
before I actually quit. And for myself, I'm just the type that I have to hit. It's 100 or nothing. You
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
hit the ground running, or you're just gonna hit rock bottom. And for myself, I hit rock bottom so many times before before I started to think, fuck, I really do have a problem. I think this is it. I
yeah.
need to get off the drugs. And um, yeah, I didn't think I'd get to that sort of place in my life so early. When I was in prison, I was like, man, when I get out, I'm just gonna party. I'm just gonna,
Hi, hi,
what it's
hi.
like. Just trying to get out, have a good time, but
Just run with it, bro.
just run with it, man. But now, yeah, I'm sort of at that stage where, yeah, like you could put drugs in front of me and it'll just be like nothing.
Yeah, hi.
Where talk to me about 7 years ago, and you put something in front of me, man, it's gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I guess just my priorities and my values have changed, and obviously growing up a little bit more and done the inner work, like you say, Sebastian. And that's really where the real sort of work is, eh?
Yeah.
The inner work, man, working inside here and up there, and that's where the real change comes, I believe. What was it like for you?
For me, it was the scariest, and I've had instances before, but I wasn't really scared. But starting this journey, about almost 5 years ago, bro, and I'm sober for just over 4 years now, and
Congrats.
thanks, brother. And I had to, like, I remember I could have chose to just do the AA and NA route, or I could have paid with my own money. And I wasn't earning that much. I was in a full-time job, but I wasn't earning that much. And I could have chose to use my own money and pay for my own like therapy. So I chose to go into be part of an AA group, but I also chose to do like a couple of sessions a week, bro. And that was like 500-600 right there.
Well,
And that's when
investment, eh?
I just started just, oh, bro, it stripped me bare. And as you said, you started that journey to redemption. Like that for me just opened the door, and then it gave me the confidence to really step through it. And yeah, I still have times where I'm like, oh man, like things don't overwhelm me like how I used to, when I used to be on it. It just poses a new challenge on me to navigate through the fear.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So as soon as you take that first step,
How do you feel, bro? Sorry to interrupt. How do you feel when you've done that work now? You say you're about a few years deep, and you get like a person who hasn't sort of walked that sort of journey, but is always like negative and complaining and feeling sorry for themselves, because like you touched on something that's really important. You have to come to a realization that you need to make a difference, to make a change, to do the work. How do you when you're just talking to like relatives or people, people will ask you for advice, or or so people that like haven't necessarily walked the same walk, but are still having similar struggles. How do you handle that, and what sort of advice do you give them?
The best advice I have is just listen. Listen to the words that people are using, when they're at whatever position is, whether they're wanting to get off drugs or gambling or any kind of habits. I think listening is the key to seeing where they're at, or whether they really want to make those changes. Because like myself, and I know you'd understand this too, it's like, and they say, as cliche as it sounds, you won't change unless you really want to,
Right.
like, unless no one else is going to do the work for you, no one else is going to bring you to that point and make you quit smoking, make you quit drugs, make you quit the alcohol, whatever. It's you yourself. You got to do the internal work. It's not going to be fucking easy. You got to go through the struggles, but just listening to them first, and then just being direct. I like to just be direct with people and just tell them, listen, like, is that what you really want? You've been talking about it for fucking so long. Action. Action. Talking's done. Come up with a plan. Take action. If that doesn't work, you got to try something else. If that doesn't work, you got to try something else. And if you're still on that sort of habit, then you just got to start asking yourself the questions. Do you really want to quit? Look in the mirror. Do you really want to fucking stop drugs, but you're still taking drugs, but you're not putting in the effort to get off the drugs? That says you don't want to get off the drugs. So sometimes people just need that reality check, and every case is different, and I understand getting off drugs is fucking hard, man. It's tough, especially when you're surrounded by it and you got no help and you got no people that can give you sort of support, and if you're in that sort of environment where everyone's just like enabling you when you're just around people, should we get on the drugs? Right, sweet,
let's do it.
Let's do it. So you gotta, that's what I'm saying, case by case, circumstantial, like, but just listening to people and just asking him some serious questions. That'd be my suggestions, or any sort of advice.
I enjoyed what you just said about being straight, and even at my job at the moment, I work in finance. I managed to get a job in finance, and
money man.
And bro, and sometimes I have to ask some hard questions with some of my colleagues, and I talk, like, obviously I come from an ex-addict sort of recovery background, but my sort of plan of attack or my motive or anything is obviously every circumstance is different, but I try and definitely ask the hard questions, because what I've noticed, and you may be in the same position, is that the behavioral patterns are the same. It's just that the coping mechanisms are different. Like, behavior is still the same. Like, people can be not being transparent, open and transparent and accountable with their actions, but their methods of coping might be alcohol or drugs or smoking or eating or shopping or whatever, and you can hear what that sounds, because it sounds the same. It sounds similar. And so I'm straight up too. I'm like, do you really want to fucking make a difference, or are you just talking just to make it sound better? Because sometimes just having someone to listen to means you just unloading shit to them, but you're not really wanting to do anything with it. You know what I mean? And so that's how I tend to be quite, because like what I've learned also with this journey is that, bro, your time is important.
Bro, it's the biggest asset, man. Your time is so valuable.
It's the biggest thing,
Don't waste a minute or a second on nonsense.
How do you process that, like, now, because we're talking like flips, like this is clean slate stuff now. Like you're an open book. You can write any page you want. How do you treat your time, especially when you know that people aren't gonna have the courage to do things for themselves, and they're gonna still tap into you as a resource? How do you handle that?
Man, I'm so time orientated. I'll tell you a little story. So I got a little Fitbit watch, and my strap broke.
Yeah.
So I haven't had my watch for like a week now. But obviously I got my phone, but I'm so time orientated, bro. Like it does my wife's head in. So I structure my day like,
Hour by hour.
bro, I'm just
Yeah.
so my missus says, you're always trying to cramp and squeeze as much shit into like to like the day. And then I get it from Gary Vee, but that's just how I'm wired anyway. It's like squeeze every fucking minute. Like
Yeah.
I've done time. I've wasted my fucking 5.5 years.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get out here and waste a second on nonsense, you know. So it's just, you know, prioritizing my time where it needs to be spent. I'm not gonna go out and just waste my time on walking or not walking, but like going and just having a coffee or this and that. But I guess there is times that you do need to unwind and kind of escape, go down the pub with the boys and go watch the. That's just how I sort of unwind. But time is like you can read people, bro. Like if they're trying to ask you and kind of contact you, but you know how to sift and sort from bullshit from reality.
Yeah, bro. You just sifted real quick.
Yeah. It's just like, all right, this is what I did. I can only speak from my lived experience. This is what helped me. I'm not no therapist or counselor, this and that. I'm just someone who's lived through it. That's my lived experience. I'll share to them what I went through, what helped me. It might not help you, but it might work for you, it might not. But this is what helped me. Try it. If not, try something else. But bro, time is too valuable to be wasted on.
To be fucking with, yeah, bro. Like I'm the same as you. Like my old man, recently he just had some health issues, and so bro, he even said like, and my old man is fitter than me, bro. So he's loving that I'm on this journey now because
man.
He's OG. And he's like, you know, son, if you can't get up at 5 a.m. and go for a run and train, and you know, if you can't bench, you can't squat, you can't chin ups, nothing. Like that's how. Yeah. So he hits you straight in, and he's like, he's 62 now, bro. The man can keep pace when he runs, bro. Like he gasses me. Yeah. And he'll be playing volley and like he'll smack talk you across the net.
Of course.
And I'm like, hey, calm down, buddy. Like
there's no calming down, mate.
yeah. Or he'll be chinning up and he'll be talking to you while he's chinning up and he's like, you'll never be able to do this. Like, but that's him. Like, and even when he started having his health issues, bro, the man didn't stop. Or he hasn't stopped.
So, gee, bro, that's the old school, man.
It's
he's inspiring you, you know, discipline, man. That's what I love about the old timers, eh? They're just straight to the point, man. And my dad's like that too. He doesn't really exercise, but he's a man of few words. But when he speaks, you know, you hear every single word, and he only speaks when he needs to speak. But yeah, man, the old schoolers, they're just straight to the point, man.
They crack up, eh?
Straight to the point. Do you want this or do you want that? There's no in between. It's a yes or no.
You gotta go and work for it. No one's gonna give you anything.
No one's gonna give you shit, man. You gotta get up. You gotta grind. You gotta work for it. And that's a pet hate of mine is people that say they want to lose weight or whatever, or make more money or get off the drugs, but they're not willing to put in the fucking work. You know what I mean? But it's just an ongoing sort of verbal diarrhea that's coming out. You know, if you really want it, gotta put in the work, eh?
It's excuses, bro. Like
Yeah.
you say that losing weight, bro. I can't tell you how many people I've heard saying, bro, I need to drop a few kilos. I need to get fitter. I need to, and even me too. Like when I was, even when I was sober, I wasn't like, I was carrying a couple of keys, but not like health wise. But then, as soon as I started like really like I did a gym challenge, then I started seeing that, bro, this is what it takes to actually be like killing your days, bro, because you have more energy. You can, as you said, you're focused. You're not easily like chopping and changing. You're staying to the plan. You're sticking to the plan. Your journaling is really good. In like you're putting down stuff. You're ticking boxes, and you're doing. You're mindful of your rest as well.
Rest is important too, man. Rest is very important. I haven't realized that until probably the last year, about sleep, because I've always been told wake up early, work hard, sleep late. But it's not until started watching some great podcasts online, and man, sleep's very important. So got to get that rest in, you know? As much as you're grinding, as much as you're squeezing, as much as you can out of your day, you need to be getting that rest time as well.
How important is it to make sure that you're feeding your stuff with the right, you're feeding your mind with the right stuff, bro?
That's the most important, eh?
Yeah.
I say I used to train on my physical health, but not think about the most important, your mental sort of state, mental health. Eh? And I was very, poor at doing this when I was younger. The mental tapes in my head was real, I guess, negative. I always used to self-sabotage myself. And I always used to, tell myself I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, this and that. Not until I started flipping that and turning it into a positive, and, start, acknowledging, what my strengths are. That things really started to change, but mental health is so important, listening to podcasts, which helps, that reading some great books, constantly journaling, like you said, that helps. Those are a couple of things that help me stay on top of sort of my mental health. Podcast, books, journaling, and talking to yourself. Self-talk, man. That's, I always talk to myself when I'm driving. I really, people that probably drive past me think I'm listening to music or something, but I just like to think out loud, and it's always good to have a good chat to yourself, man.
You definitely pick up what you really think of yourself real quick too, eh?
Yeah, self-awareness, 100%. Yeah, for sure. But to other people, they might think, this guy's lost the plot. But nah, I'm just having a good chat with my mate. I think as you get older,
he'll respond soon anyway.
yeah. I think as you get older, you just enjoy your time a little bit more. Just, I don't know about yourself, but I'd love to. I'm a social person when I'm out and around people, but at the same time, I just enjoy being on my own, man.
My own company, yeah.
Being on my own, yeah.
Yeah. I remember, like, it was the first lockdown, bro. They said, oh, we're gonna be, you have to. And I was with my ex at the time, bro, and I loved it, bro. Like, I was doing, like I was pretending our room was our cell, and so I'd be doing like workouts
Light work, eh? Light work,
Yeah.
eh?
Like she'd be waking up at like 6 in the morning. I'll be hitting like 100 push-ups, like, and then she's like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, why is your clothes all folded up
Hey,
and stuff?" Like,
relax.
I was like, "Hey, don't worry, I've got my workout. I've got 20 more minutes for this." Like,
Hey, yeah, that's one of the upsides from spending time in prison, or jail, that going through this COVID period for a lot of us brothers that have been in the system, been in prison, we did it pretty
it
easy.
was light work, bro.
It was, yeah, because I did a podcast with a mate of mine, Wayne Cleveland, and he was like, "Man, what are these people effing talking about?" Because he probably he served about 10 years, and he's like, "Man, this is not bloody lockdown," but we got to understand that they've never been in that position to have their freedom taken away from them, so they don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But to us getting locked down, man, that was a breezer.
Yeah. I was like, the food's way better. Yeah, I could be watching
The phones.
Netflix. Yeah, I got phones. I could talk to people in the other room. I can go to the other room and like,
Yeah.
it's mint.
Yeah.
But bro, we got about 5 minutes left on this here. What's one message that you can give to someone struggling at the moment who going through a bit of a rough emotional time and their mental health is not in the right place? What can you, because I don't want to just specifically talk to people with addiction, because I believe that you have a much broader message. So what do you say someone who's struggling with depression and doesn't really have the courage to sort of ask those questions or to get that sort of help? What would you say to them?
Yeah, that's a tough one, eh? So they can't reach out and get any help. Is that what you're talking about?
They just don't have the confidence to, or they're battling that inner self-talk.
I think one thing that comes to mind is pain is just temporary.
That's good.
You know, pain is temporary. That's the first thing that comes to mind, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel, man. Like, I've been there before. I've been sitting in my cell, contemplating suicide, bro. That mental self-talk in my head, where my voice is, because I was on antipsychotics. I was in a medical cell, 2 cameras, all that was locked down 23 hours, cage at the back, screws walking up and down, doctors, psychiatrists, just in my flap. I felt fucking trapped, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Knew there was a razor blade on top of my bunk, and I was like, fuck. But the voices, the where I'm getting at, was the voices were so loud in my fucking head.
Yeah.
It was just saying, do it, hey, just do it, kill yourself, do it. And I was just like, fuck, do I really do it? And the savior for me was, bro, God, man. Like, I don't really talk much about God online, because, you know, religion is one of those things that heavily criticized. But for me, that was my saving grace. I sat there at the bottom of my bunk and I said, God, if you're real, man, the cry for help. If you're real, just fucking save me.
Yeah, bro.
And just like that,
Praise
the
God.
voices stopped, bro. I had 666 up and down, all over my cell, upside down, crosses, doors, seeing eye. Like, at the point, I had 6 months left on my leg. I wanted to kill myself, bro. But God was my saving grace. Reached out,
and those voices
said,
stopped,
real, man. Bro, I'm telling you, just like that, I just went, and I knew it was not like a voice, but it was like my own voice. It was like, everything's gonna be alright. That's all I heard. Like, you're sweet, everything's gonna be alright. And like that, bro, was just like
wow.
the weight of my
I'm getting goosebumps, bro. Just
I'm getting goosebumps right now too, because that's the divine, eh? And Spanian. I don't know if you watch much of his stuff. He talks about the divine as well, because he's in jail as well, and he talks about being addicted to heroin, and he just he was in jail when he looked in the mirror and he's seen like him outside himself, if you know what I mean. Saying, what are you doing? You're on this drug. And that was sort of, I relate that to my sort of story, because it was just the divine, you know, like the cry for help, man, that's what really helped me. And if that can help someone out there listening, I hope it does.
All right, that's that's incredible, bro. Like honestly, like I just want to tell the viewers, like if you're not, you don't have to be religious. Um, you just got to believe and have faith, and whatever concept of God you have, He
Yeah,
will pull
100%.
you through. Like you will find Him. You will find Him. Like whatever, you could be Buddhist, you could be Islamic, whatever.
Or you could even be atheist, bro, a
Atheist,
non-believer.
you could be
Yeah.
atheist. You could even worship the devil. You know what I mean?
Or yeah, Scientologists, whatever
Yeah,
you're into.
yeah.
That's yeah. There's a higher being out there that's watching over us, man, and that's what helped me, or saved me from, you know, taking my life.
Brother. Honestly, so proud of you, man. Like you're
Thank
really
you, brother.
doing it, eh? Like there's heaps of people that talk that sort of shit, saying, "Oh, I'm doing it, I'm doing this and this," but you do it on a daily, bro. I just want
Thank
to
you,
just,
brother.
you're such a good human, bro. Awesome that we can connect.
100%.
Thank you for jumping on this platform, brother. I really do appreciate your time. When you're up in Auckland, please, we gotta hang out. Take you and the family out
100%.
for dinner or something like that. There.
That'll be awesome,
Uh,
bro.
love you heaps. Love to the family. Thank you so much for your time. We're gonna put. So can you email me your links so I can
Yep.
put on this video,
Too easy,
and
bro.
I can. And then also we'll do a drive where if people want to donate, they can donate to your website or
Yep.
wherever you need that. So I'll
Oh, that'll be
I'll
awesome,
put that
bro.
up for you as well. But brother, thank you so much.
Much love,
Um,
bro.